go. We are now live, it looks like. Can do one more thing, and then I'll be ready. Oh, and bingo. Alrighty, hello guys, how's it going? Hope you all have had a wonderful day. Day, night, afternoon, evening. I was kind of backward, you know what I mean. And today we're doing some lore craziness. I know. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so I think what I need to do is I need to see if maybe people this far out. There are people this far out. I mean, not people like as in players. That would be terrifying. Oh, rats. Though I mean people more as in like villagers or at least signs of life like that. Because sorry, my throat is really unhappy right now. I guess because well, not really unhappy, just a little bit. There we go. Jeez, my apologies. Because it would seem the people don't often go out this far, which is a good thing. My hope then is maybe I'll be able to learn some things I didn't learn from there, or that I could have learned from being in a chur that I refused to learn at the time. I take my crafting table, and a shulker box just in case I find anything worth taking home. I would try to sleep through the night, but we do have a lot of friends outside. Yes, like that one that's making the loud noises. So, unlike when I blew a hole in my house just a few days back, make a quick escape. Run up a quick escape in case there's any creepers. And now we are... Oh my god. Well, this wasn't like this before, so... I wonder. Okay, so... Maybe. I forgot who would have done that. And the only person I can presume would have done that would be, Nova, I believe, because they talked about how they like flowers. Not flowers, but yes, flowers, but sunflowers in particular. And that is most definitely many more than used to be there. Because at least what used to be there, excuse me, what used to be there didn't almost completely make it impossible to see. Not that's a bad thing, it set off sunflowers, it's nice. I'm just still confused. I beg your pardon. I'm still confused as to what motivates them then. Like, is this all a game? Is this all just a game and they really do remember it all? They just want to see how I would act, I guess, with that knowledge? Because I'm not going to change my actions. I don't feel. I'm still have a strict course of action I'm taking that has been altered. Because, well, I don't precisely see the need to be... I mean, to take the quickest route to whatever I want, because it doesn't work well like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to stay away from the dead down there. And luckily there's no dead in the sky right now. Like that one night. So many nightmares about that. that was fun. And that's seeing the self-same individual reappear with supposedly no recollection of the event seems very, well, it's fishy to me. Doesn't seem right, but it also didn't seem like they didn't like seem to have an end goal there if they were doing that as an act. You know, if they were doing that as a pretense to get me to drop my guard or try to hurt them or anything, because I wasn't going to. But I'm hoping maybe we can find some knowledge, something that, like, learn something, find a way to get something, like anything we need, because, well, right now what I need is peace of mind. And I am unsure I have that, because if Nova indeed then has no memory, but still found me. Who else could they be leading to me? If anyone. Like, I don't know if anyone they previously worked with, they still work with in the same caliber, and also what that would have looked like previously. But where am I? But I worry to see, to see many people in full netherite armor ready to kill, because I I wouldn't have been able to take on Toad. Nonetheless, Nova was just a little better than Toad. But I mean, a little more skilled, a little more capable, a little more everything from what I can tell. Like, I don't know if I could even take on just a fighter who was just normally equipped. I don't think I would be able to. Make sure I'm gonna, oh, YouTube, calm yourself down. One second, I'm checking something just to make sure my stream is live. Yes, it is. Good. Okay. My apologies. I just want to make sure that I didn't do massive derp. I was worried about that when I pressed start because I had to turn my microphone all the way back up again because it was for some reason all the way down for no foreseen reason I can remember. Okay. But I do hope I should hope to find something to even the odds if the odds were ever to arise. I don't want to even the odds so that I can settle scores. I want to even the odds so I can feel safe. So that I can not have to worry about being hacked. I went too far this way. I'm trying to go for a certain direction. I did, how's it going? Yeah, I just like I know if people were to know that I'm trying to regain power, they'd be like, "Oh, Azu is trying to take over again or something." Hello, how's it going? But I'm not trying to take over. I'm just trying to get that peace of mind. that I might sleep soundly at night, or at least know that if push comes to shove, I am able to defend myself once again. Well, I say once again, for once. I don't feel as ever going to be able to properly defend myself, or I just believed it so well that everyone else believed it until everything unraveled around me as it should have. I guess not as it should have, but as it was deserved. The better way to word that. Just we're gonna find something like maybe there's like some like I don't know deity I can talk to. I don't think talking to like trying to work with who is it, the trickster god, yes, I forgot my words for a second there, would be the sharpest of plans considering how I treated one of their followers. I don't know how many followers they have, or like I know they would definitely favor Mem over yours truly, but like I don't even want to test that. That's and I don't even want to try it because it would just be a bad idea, I feel. But maybe there are other deities, that are feeling generous, I suppose, or at least understanding my situation and feel like assisting me through whatever for whatever reason they are driven by greater reasons than us, probably. Did I go too far this way again? I'm all over the place. My apologies. My navigation skills are bad. I have a place I am trying to go to. I mean, big surprise, it's lore. But also like trying to navigate. Alright, it's difficult. I went back the wrong way. I thought I doubled back too hard. Um, thank you. I appreciate it. I just don't know what's to come. Like I know that if like still if Nova does in fact know where I am, because they do know where I am, that much is for sure. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They know for sure where I am. But if they tell anyone else, I unlike Nova, I don't think anyone else would be so keen to be chipper and kind. Well, I mean that's not a sign of life. I mean it was a sign. It was a sign of life, but that is most clearly not one anymore. I would hope. Such a abandoned-looking village. Yeah, anyone just saying if they're stuck in. Oh, you know, it's not stuck. It's on the stairs. It got there of its own choice. Pass. So there's no door. Are there doors on any of these buildings? No. Oh. I think I know what happened. Zombies have an affinity for, well, I expect, killing. And villagers, when undefended, are a very easy target, I presume. Uh-oh. Well, that's what happened here. That was the end of this village, it looks like. I kind of want that bell. It seems they're not going to be using it. Not meant in any mean way, just they are very much not here anymore. I'm going to use that. Oh, hello there. There's a chest. Also, the floor's really damaged. Okay. Dusklight mistakes the past. Mage of Greed. The Defense on Life. Trickster Tale Volume 1? Huh. Now that's more what I was looking for, I guess. Let's read this one. Considering we are in a place devoid of life, maybe this will have some clues as to what happened. Long ago, before the times of potions and enchanting, and the widespread knowledge of the forge, people of all races and genders and backgrounds were weak and helpless when it came to the harshness of the world. Especially after the plague of the zombies and skeletons began, it only. Oh, sorry. I got messed up there. Especially after the plague of zombies and skeletons began, it only got more dangerous for people and villagers alike. Something had to be done to stop the scourge on the land, and thankfully there was a god, who was amassing a following and reputation for helping us mortals. Zelek, the god of the sun and defender of life? He alone chose to act, but day by day things were getting worse. God couldn't be everywhere and couldn't do it all. What did he do? Well, Zelek in all his radiance built temples of safety and tested his followers, putting them through trials to test their strength and skills. Those who came out on top were plucked away and were called upon for a higher duty. Those he took were trained sunrise to sunset day after day, and the ones that passed every test and trial were rewarded and blessed by the god himself. Huh. Okay. No longer were they just men and women. They were they were devoted followers of Zelek. They were his guardians, with a single-minded goal to protect life at all costs. There were 12 guardians in total, and no more since the time of the plague. Each member was given a sun-crest shield. History records it as the first sighting of fire aspect swords, long before the venture to the end? What? Okay, so wait, they went to the end. What is that? What is an end? I know of the Nether and the world we live in right now, but what is this? Guards are equipped with their weapons and armor, venturing into the night, protecting the innocent and smiting the evil that lurks. It is said from the blessings that they receive from the The sun god's elect, they glowed in the night, the same as Zalek himself, portraying a beacon of hope and safety to those in need of it. With their blessings, they were still mortal. I'm just gonna skip a little more. For their lives, today is power simply for these guardians. Okay, so there is at least one more god. I guess that is some version of him. Okay. Okay. So that was interesting. The Mage of Greed. So there are mages for sure. Then mistakes of the past. Dusk's light. Okay. We have enough doors. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna hole open this building for the night. Take some dirt. And read a little more because, well, alright, so I might as well do so. That's my worry. Spider can probably get. Spider can get through a lot of this house. Okay, so spiders are gonna be the concern. That's okay. So what do we read now? We have Dusk's Light, Mistakes of the Past, Mage of Greed, and Trickster Tale of Iron 1. And these are all by someone named Roxy. I guess they're probably not around anymore, considering how long it. Like, it seems these books are still placed in the past, but also recording the past. So I mean, maybe not. All right, mistakes of the past. Then let's see. Oh, this is a longer one. I gotcha. You've been following my work. You've probably seen or rather felt the conflict growing the world. I mean, the world growing in my writing. Such as all my writing. This one too will be an incomplete work of our history of the world. Okay. Sin has a habit of trying to bury its past. I currently live in a time of peace, but this record will outline a dark past. Okay, long ago, the conquest, mysterious land, nearly unified kingdoms, under one band. Oh, failed conquest. My apologies. Of mysterious to the mysterious land at the end. Okay, so this is a mysterious land, and there are no people presumably there then. Okay. Nearly unified kingdoms under one banner. We're going through massive changes as their former leaders never returned. Oh gosh. Those who did return were mad at the power, both mentally and physically. These remaining leaders subjugated the former enemies and now allied lands for their own. Oh, okay. Competing with one another. Yeah. Unity did not last under the single banner. The kings and queens wanted the single throne for themselves, driven by bloodlust and greed. These mad people led their armies into what they deemed enemy state to kill the other West attorneys and claim their land in people. You know, that actually sounds a lot like what I did the first part. The second part, I wasn't trying to return it. But I deemed the South the enemies. Well, there's no fixing that. That's the past. Civil War of the state ran both militaristic and innocent blood in the streets. One by one, leaders fell and anger grew. So the biggest battlefield there was. Their wounds and praying for the suffering to end. And a being rose out of the largest pool of blood. It stumbled and fell, hearing all the anger and suffering, hearing all the prayers, and pleads the being let out a wail of grief, and set the whole battlefield on fire, tore itself in half. That's some god stuff if I've heard it before. They seem to be a lot more powerful than you'd think. Well, even knowing that they're deities, I guess. Ever soon that was the end of it, the fires had passed, all was remained was ash and dust and silence among the empty field. That was until two arose from the ash and dust. Twins of sorrow, they were nicknamed. It said looked the same, but nobody could tell if they were men or women. To this day, it's believed they are neither. Who they were rippled our world. Okay, so one during a sword and axe, one flower crown, and had blood of healing. Okay, that's interesting. Blood of healing. Well, no, that would have been useful to know. I doubt I can acquire that though. That's okay. Those are confidant leaders in the armies. And One was a rescuer, healer, and it seems they were both. They seem like they're both opposites then. Almost like a peace and war kind of thing. Building the safe havens and building them cache of supplies and worship. Teach them diplomacy and inner peace. Okay. Depictions. Okay. So yeah, one is war. It seemed like because the family that's favored by that deity took the throne, as you would guess if you have a deity on your side. And peace. Heal the mind of the king. Oh, because the king was prime still mad from being in this realm known as the end. Okay. Together against their will. The deity. Okay. Huh. So maybe there's more gods than that. I feel I might start saying, oh, that's lava. Let's see which one's the shortest. That's a long read. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna read those three. Those are gonna be long reads. Oh, well, hello there. Don't do that. Please. Do not blow up this house. It's already damaged enough. Ooh. Okay. So there are other deities of sorts, it would seem. Which makes sense and is good. Hopefully. Hopefully one of them will listen to me, I guess. That is the hope now. That I could do for some assistance just to feel safe. I climb this rock face, try to get away from these mobs. Oh. Maybe they ran away from there to here. More isolated. Just by a little bit. The snow might have kept the less tenacious mobs at bay, unlike that one behind me. Interesting looking skill. I guess it doesn't really keep them at bay forever. They're still here. Okay. Maybe there'll be more knowledge in store here. Maybe not. I've already got enough enough for myself for the moment. But just in case, since we are already here, I might as well search. Then I don't want to be back at night time to bring more fighting back to my house. There's a golem. I'm just looking for a... Oh. That's a weird place to have a chest. Do other houses have chests like that? No. Now we'll see. There we go. At least do some good in some way in the village. Bonus. Neat. Okay, don't do that again now. That wasn't nice. Now that's interesting to know. So those ones give slowness. Okay. Huh. And even drop them. Well, that is the hope. If I can do something, maybe I can at least defend. Not to the degree of that one, of course. That one's much better. There's no... Yeah, there's no chest. Okay, so this one's a differently built house, it seems. Oh, well, I probably should close that door for that villager. What do they have? Weaving the World, part 1, 2, 3, and 4, which includes the moon. How long are these? 4 pages. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't want to read too much because it would take a while. Ooh. These ones are more, I feel these ones are going to be palatable. Part 1 through 4. I don't mean like the other ones aren't, I just mean I feel it would be less enjoyable to be reading huge amounts of literature. I was trying to cut it up. I ended up just kind of skipping through parts accidentally. They were important, but it seems that we've gotten more than we were hoping for, so that's good. I wonder I wonder if any of them will give, I don't know, any, they probably won't, but any information on how to like worship one of the deities or one or like insight into where one of their places of worship may reside. I mean, of course, they're gonna be a fair bit outdated at best, but the hope is maybe they'll still stand right because I don't suspect any reasonable person would mess with a place of worship. I mean, even when I was trying to pretend that I was more powerful than everyone else, I wouldn't have messed with the deity. There's no way. That's a dangerous affair, I feel. Because that'll get you a punishment much worse than what I faced even. Even that I don't feel that was fully mem. Considering they seem to be different, if I remember correctly, they had a different look to them. Sorry, my throat is a little unhappy. But they seem to have like a different look, and I don't think that was an intended look. I think that was more because that was right after they were praying to the goat god, as they called him, or the. Actually, one second, I want to see what this is about. Hawaiian legends. Okay. Okay, so demigod. I've heard. I think I've heard this name before in reference to a deity, so that might be the same one that Mem worships. Oh no, of course it is the trickster gods. What am I talking about? I forgot the alternate name I've heard, other alternate names I've heard. I guess it was known more colloquially as the goat god because that's what they were known as for the north. But also people who would know more, like memorable, would have called them by their one of their proper names too, or proper titles. I was trying to get fancy with the words. Epithet. There we go. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And trickster god definitely sounds like one of those epithets. Not, I mean, considering there's names for it, clearly it's not a thing where you don't mention them, because if they didn't want you to mention them because of like being like them noticing you, they wouldn't have had the names even up, like alternate names for the deity. Okay. So let's see. We found many more books than I was bargaining for, which is great. I need more books than the ones that are in the bookshelves to fill my library. And these, I'm sure, are not the most common things to see. I had to go so far out and then keep going in a different direction to find them. But maybe, just maybe, there's more of them. Because depends on life, mistakes of the past. Maybe. I think maybe I'm missing a few books concerning the mistakes of the past, or is that what it's called? That was what it was. Mistakes of the past mentioned previous works, so clearly there's more stories that I'm missing. But maybe in time I'll come to acquire them. The zombie. Also, I found out on a completely different note, I found out why my headphones were so quiet. I had them plugged into the wrong audio the wrong like aux cord, aux, yeah, thing. Ooh, that is a little bit flag. So I plugged them into the other one because I took them out for some reason, and now they're a little louder. So if mob sounds are just a little bit more earwolks, I know I still keep them low. That's why. I didn't even notice the difference. It just happened that when I like changed, I was like, oh yeah, that's a difference. I haven't heard these noises in a fair bit. At least not to the same degree. And that's mostly just because I like to keep my mobs a little quieter so I can hear friends or so that I can be heard personally. But yeah, interesting stuff. Maybe we do have a lectern. We can read about more while there. And the comfort of our own house instead of holed up in a just destroyed, not really destroyed, I guess rotting, more of like almost a rotting shack. I don't get how villagers can bear to live in those for extended periods of time. They're so cramped. Even my house is a little cramped, but like at least it's a fair margin bigger. That's mine. Because I'm using the coordinates to get back home. Because I've gotten lost so many times going like anywhere I need to go far to the south. Everything's far to the south, so I can say the south for everything. Haha. If there's anything north of me, I'd be more impressed. Let's see. Yeah, we're going the right direction. Okay. It's just gonna be setting a heading like this and sticking. Well, that's a sign of life if I've seen any. Okay. We're just gonna keep moving because I don't know if that's from me. Depends on how close to the house that is. So the train looks alike. But also the train has been looking alike for a fair bit. Oh, it's me. Okay. I thought that was me. Almost nearby, lurking, just waiting for me. But I do think Nova's probably had something to do with this. I know there weren't that many sunflowers. At least there shouldn't have been. Because I could still see fairly well. I mean, I just don't like that all the flowers being here just because creeps like to hide under here and just go out and walk through the sunflowers at me. And then I have to knock them down. Hmm, nice. Alright, so we got a lot of random stuff on us. I was gonna use the shulker box to hold stuff. I completely forgot how to use the shulker box apparently. What's the next emptiest chest? Can this hold anything? It cannot. Okay. So we're gonna stuff these things in here. Put some bells there. Alright, so we have read these two. Now we're gonna want to read the Weaving the World series, it seems. It does not seem like that's gonna take as long. And who knows, maybe I'll give us some insight into more deities. It's like I'm just typing something to make sure I don't goof up with something. You know, all the fun stuff. But there we go. Oh wait, I'm going to the library, duh. I call it a library. This is still a pitiful excuse for a library. Okay, there we go. So this is the first one. The second one's gonna be there, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna move over. Leaving the world. Once more darkness, creating a small ball of life as the god of creation drifted above the abyss, planning his next move. Oh, that's a comma. Wanting to make his dream of a reality, he carefully crafted a mental picture of the foundation of his new world. Picture of a layered world that stretched forever came to mind. A world that had vastness in every direction you could think of. And without any words, he began to wave his fingers around as if he was playing the piano. Oh, the piano of reality. Beams of stringy light shot out and began to form the very lowest part of the world known as bedrock. Okay, so this is the god of creation we're reading about then. With a smile brighter than he's ever known himself to make, he pushed himself to his limits, covering the void with billions of blocks for the foundation of his world. The bright light in the distance erupted into existence. As soon as the light hit his expanse, as soon as the light hit his new expanse, he was disgusted with how ugly the bedrock looked. Cursing to himself, he swore he could do better. So to the work he started. Better to the work he started as to how the bedrock started. The stone and deep slate and stuff and tough my body's stuff in quartz grew and grew. Okay. I'm gonna put 3 there. I'm gonna read from there. That, I think that did a slight jump. Is that number 2? That is okay. I want to make sure I did this in the proper order. At last he finished, but it was flat. No life to it, no character, just the land at all. No character of the land at all, just dirt on stone. This person just wanted to breathe life and beauty into what they made, looking around, drifting down to their new land, overtaken with, yeah, okay, overtaken with this will to make it better. He stepped foot on the dirt and spread moss and grass. Life. Okay. You could create. He's a very powerful deity then, for sure. Creating, moving off is his first step. New moss. Alright, the sun. It's great. Okay. Wait, what? Line the moss and grass is spread rapidly before the god creation. A blink of an eye. There stood a child made of wood all over. A long, messy carpet of moss for hair. Bleeding eyes of gems stared back at his new parents. And that instant, he knew this is how he would make his world. Looking at him and softly said, Frieza. Okay. Also sure. Okay, so he just created another god. Okay, so the creation god is that powerful. At least so far. Run. So this god of creation basically created a god of life, it would seem. Source, maybe it's more of a god of plant life? I do not know. Considering it created plant life and and could cut valleys through with rocks. Jumping into depressions and made in mountains. Interesting. Then he created. Oh, he created some water. He created some water too from tears. There we go. That makes sense. Yeah. And I created a goddess of the sea. Okay. There's 3. Count of 3 more deities that I know of now. There we go. And the moon. That might be something then too. Within. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. Now there's 3 gods creating stuff, it would seem like. I would read through it, but I feel I'm going to summarize better. I feel I'm going to summarize quick. Just because I do worry that maybe me reading is a little more on the boring side. Okay, half serpent, half. Gotcha. So they created children. Creation's 2 children. Create the plant life. Looks like underwater and above. And light from the sun god. So there's the sun god Zilak. Okay. He missed the career god wasn't happy. He missed the stars in the void, and he was unable to see them with the sun always shining. Always might chain the lamp to the sky as he pulled as hard as he could until there was a snap in the world and a chime could be heard. At that moment, 2 things happened. The sun was now setting on the land as he wished. Okay. So impressive. This god of creation even had to create the day as we know it. Well, the only thing there's new shortly after the sun was setting, stars Returning something else within the sky in the place of the sun. The moon. Okay, gotcha. It stood where the sun was, but not near as bright. Celestial body. It's young and new, just like everything else. Born all alone. My apologies. In the void. The scoured stardust and ash of the big split the birth, creation, and destruction. Okay, there we go. We know destruction now. And something seeming to be day of the moon. Some moonbeams. Stella. Okay. Hour of the night, last of the stars. Huh. Okay. So that's great. Okay, that's good. I would have been more confused, I guess, if there was only one deity. I mean, I wouldn't have been too surprised, I guess, but because I don't know how that stuff works. Clearly, if I did, I wouldn't be in this position. But oh, good stuff. I can even sleep through the night. Yes. Now I'm trying to figure out how to tackle the bigger books because while they're not too big, but like large books I've read, meaning like like novels, it's still a lengthy read for reading out loud, I suppose. Hmm. Well, let's see. Maybe I should read one more. How terrible amount, much more planned. I guess we can try to get up and walk around for a bit before we do that. House is more complete than before. Some sugarcane on the coastline. And this was already completed for a fair bit. But there is something here. As you can see, this something that I'm hoping no one else will find. Just hoping no one else comes out here. The furnaces were merely here at the time as for construction. This building. And I've found a home to put the axolotls that have been in buckets for so long. New addition, that one. That one's a new addition. It was in a pool. And I got 3 white, blue, and pink ones. 1 brown, different shade of brown one, and 1 different shade of yellow one. Not all of them yet, but we're getting there. And then, since I didn't want to disturb the plant life up above, I've made my own set of plant life down here. Every flower that I have collected. It's a calming place because smell the flowers, you can look at them. And why is there a llama? The hope, as it's going to say, is that it melts my worries away. If only it did its job well enough. Put those there. See what the commotion's about, as there's clearly something out here. Hello. There's no one around. Cool. I don't need any of your stuff. But also, I will not kill you. You're lucky. Remember that. You 3 are lucky. I don't kill. Not right now. Hopefully not ever. Hopefully not ever. Just the one trader is like, okay, that's cool. That's cool, bud. But have you tried this new thing called dripstone? It's like, no, I have not tried pointed dripstone. That would require me spending money on it. Perhaps I will. I don't know. I don't know. That would require me wanting it for some reason. I don't feel there's any reason I need it for. But there's also the farm down there as I showed, which has stopped me from being closer and closer to running out of food. Because that was a very large concern. Not the biggest farm, but it's an effective one. And one that I can keep expanding upon into the heart of the earth. Bowels of the earth, heart of the earth. Same thing. And this room, you might tell, room with fire. Just can look at it. Mesmerizing patterns. If only it would spread. But alas, it will not. So it stays stationary, just like these fires. They have the same effect. Smaller, weaker. I want to see bigger fires. There's a reason that's why the floor is made of wood there. So I could indulge the desire to see such things without putting my house at risk. I don't know. I've always liked the fire. It calms me down a little bit. A little more than the flowers, of course. A little more dangerous though too. I mean, big surprise. The flowers don't try to like burn you. And the banners have been stacked higher and higher. I assume I'll be able to make a wall out of them if I have to kill enough of these groups. Maybe I can read another book now. Let's see which one's the shortest one. Oh. Okay. Maybe a little read on Into the Trickster God, as that'd be something useful to know in case I have to, I guess not deal with them, that'd be the wrong word, but have encountered them in unfavorable conditions, I guess. Maybe not, I don't know. It's, I want to focus down to read. There's something else. What else could I do? Oh, the book there if I want it. Things we put a different spot. We don't put them in the same spot and get them mixed up. And then hopefully soon I'll make some spots inside the little study or library for them. Still a lot of sunflowers. That's kind of what concerns me. This is a extremely large amount of sunflowers. Like, compared to the fields over here, like this is still very dense. Then it gets thinner. There's like areas where there aren't sunflowers here, and then over here it's just a sea. Well, hopefully it doesn't mean anything. Indeed, a lot of yellow, especially seen from a distance. Up close, it's a lot of things to accidentally hit. Alrighty. I figure out what else I need to do, because I got the house set up. I mean, clearly it's here. I got farms of sorts set up. I don't really feel like going much further, so I'm gonna be honest. There are more locations with more books that I know of. Does my character know that? No. I know that though. Aha. I know a little more behind the scenes, of course. That's kind of how it goes. Oh yeah, someone's definitely been here. This wrapped around the entirety of this lake. I know that for a fact. There has been someone here at least recently. I mean, we can figure that out by the fact that these sunflowers don't grow themselves usually. Except for I mean, when the world's generated, of course. There'd be some influence, and the fact that was broken too leads me to believe there was in fact someone here. Big surprise. Huge detective skills from a zoo here. Yeah. I don't really have too much to do though, so I think I may end this stream earlier because I got everything I intended to get done lore-wise. But yeah. I don't know. Words are hard. I hope everyone of you have. Wow. Okay. I hope every one of you guys have had a wonderful day. I'll probably still continue streaming because you know me. Like I'll continue streaming for probably like 10, 15 minutes. Knowing me, it'll probably just be me uh doing less game stuff and more just wasting food and walking around and talking. um, but yeah, I meant to stream the last 2 nights, but last night I was just exhausted. And the night before I had to get up early. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow. It'll be earlier too because I get off work earlier. um, now that might be a different game. That might be Red Dead Redemption or Project Zomboid, depending if I can get my friends to do either. If not, I will definitely find something. There will be something found for tomorrow. Because right now I feel I need to hammer together more plans for what I want to do on here. I have ideas, sure, but they're very disjunct and almost more grandiose than necessary. Like, I want to build a great windmill. Okay, where? On a hill close by. That's as far as I've got on that one. So I do want to build a windmill. I might build a bridge to that little island, something, you know. I forgot you're still here. I'm gonna definitely sleep in the bed to make sure that I can keep sleeping in the bed, because if I don't sleep in the bed for a night, then the mobs usually stay too long and I have to go out and kill them before the next night. But yeah. I do apologize for not being for taking an accidental 2-day break, but also I mean I'm just kind of impressed that I'm able to keep going. I'm just happy happy with this because this is what I've been trying to do for a while and not doing, and now I'm doing it. I should keep uh this up, and I'm gonna be playing more games than Minecraft to keep it make it so I don't get tired of one game and then feel like that's the only game I'm gonna stream. That was unkind of you. I heard that noise. I appreciate it. But yeah, okay, I did ramble for a few minutes. That's good. Good time. I do hope y'all enjoyed. I will definitely see it tomorrow. And it'll probably, if it's Red Dead, it's gonna be a much longer stream to make up for this obscenely short stream. uh, do not worry. Tomorrow's stream will most definitely be longer. That's a promise. But yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope you guys have had a wonderful day, night, all that good stuff. And yeah, I just hope if I had an influence on your day, I made your day just a little better. But yeah, that'll be all for me today. So have a good one, y'all. Take care and stay safe. Now, of course, see you in the next one.